Well, what do we have here then? Looks like an Alfa Spider. Can you hear me?
This is good, isn't it? This is really good. I think Sean's trying to communicate to me. It might be an alien. Me and Sean are going to go to Caffeine Machine, our little Sunday drive. We're going to pull up, have a little chat about the cars. And this Alfa Romeo GT's got a few more issues just because it has, like, it's just what it does. It's the 4th time to the mechanics in like 2 months. It's a ridiculous thing. We've got the sticky gear situation, which is a common problem with these Alfas.
So, a few things about this car. Interior, amazing. Driving wise, pulls, sounds pretty nice as well. Well, it sounds very nice in fact. 3.2 V6, 260 horsepower. It's actually got a 4-wheel drive system, and it can actually send up to 80% of power to the front or to the rear axle, depending on where the grip is the greatest. Automatic gearbox with selectable manual controls with the flappy paddle behind the steering wheel, which is another option. It's absolutely mint. It is one of the nicest cars I've ever driven. It's just so pretty. Everything is in its place. It's just so, the colour scheme is gorgeous with the red on cream, the aluminium dash, everything is just absolutely lovely. I'll be honest, the steering wheel, considering the interior is so nice, the steering wheel is pretty boring. Yeah, I'm going to give it a little a nice little pull. Yeah, pulls well, really pulls well. We've been told we can't do any full throttle starts, which is fair enough because the drive shaft can knock a little bit, but as long as you're up and moving, floor it, absolutely lovely. You could generally pull up anywhere in this car and people just know you've got class. Now, I haven't got class. I'm just a big fat kid who likes wearing hoodies, but this car is just absolutely mint, oozes style. And if you remember a motor show not too many years ago, you used to have something called a cool wall. This always such a cool car. This car in particular was actually featured in a magazine, Modern Classics. They did, well, by the looks of it, 3 or 4 pages on the vehicle, 3 or 4 double pages on the vehicle, and you can see why. I think there's about 35 left on the road, but don't quote me on this, but this has got every conceivable extra that was available at the time. In 2008 would have cost you about £40,000, and I think there's only 2, from what I can find, only 2 on the road with all this spec, all this kit. So it's such a rare car. It's such a pretty car. You know, speaking to Ashley, he reckons it's worth anything between £15,000 and £18,000 at the moment. But if you had the money and you wanted one, that's been so well looked after, with all this factory spec on it, plus a few little mods that Ashley has made to the vehicle, you'd pay 20. So got a bit of a twisty road now, sticking within the speed limit, but handling wise, lovely. Plenty, just got past sort of horse box a couple of seconds ago, absolutely no problem. Dropped it into manual, used the flappy pedals, no turbo lag, lovely silky smooth engine. You can feel though that it is quite a heavy car. Ashley was telling me around the time when it was made, they were trying to compete with the quality of the Germans, you know, build quality of BMW and things like that. And this car actually weighs, you know, it's a two-seater convertible. It actually weighs 1.7 tons, so it is quite a heavy car, but it holds well. You know, as I said earlier, it's got four-wheel drive, so plenty of grip. It's a nice dry day, so really it's kind of redundant anyway. But you know, you can chuck it around the corners, holds on. It's such a smooth engine, and you know, there's enough grunt in it, enough grunt. It just puts a smile on your face. You get in it, it just puts a smile on your face. I can just imagine it every time you just get in it.
8-second exit to Ettington Road.
Oh my god, how the hell do I shut this f***ing sat nav up? This car is the reason us petrol heads love cars. You get up in the morning, you look forward to getting in your car, you jump in it, you start the engine, a nice cold start, and then you just go for a drive. That is why people like us love our cars, because we actually look forward to doing it. Like, I was up at 7 o'clock this morning, had to drive 45 minutes on the motorway to get to this car, to get in it and just go for a drive. Literally all we're doing is going for a drive. We're not achieving anything, we're not completing a task, we're not really making anything better, but it's what excites us. It's what gives us that feel of freedom, I suppose. It's just wicked when you got a nice car on a lovely sunny morning like today. There's nothing better. There's 3 Alfas in a row driving to Caffeine Machine to go and look at more cars. What you know, what is better than that? £30,000, 40,000.
What are you saying?
Half a grand.
Half a grand. How much is this one now?
Between 15,000 and 18,000.
Okay, nice. Well, we're here with Ashley, the owner of the V6 Alfa Romeo GT that Sean's been driving.
Spider.
Let's I want the V6 GT, but we've only got the Spider. Here's Ashley. So.
Hi.
Basically, we're just going over the engine differences, and I thought it was the same block, but Ashley's reliably informed us that it's not.
No, the engine in that Spider, that generation Spider, has actually come from a GM-based block, and then Alfa have put.
So probably from a pickup.
Yeah.
Originally everything is
originally from Holden, believe it or not.
What Australia. the Monaro makers.
Yeah, and then the Alfa have built everything else around it to make it what it is.
So the part that you need to work, the part where you don't want to go wrong, is Australian.
Yeah.
And then the Italians have done the rest of it.
It's not great. It doesn't sound great.
It's not a great mix, really, is it?
Even though it's made from a basic GM engine, it still makes a fantastic noise.
That's amazing.
I was wondering if you could get some pops on the overrun.
Yeah, actually, that's never happened before.
And then what's the difference with the block in this one if we had the V6 in this?
So if you had the V6 on the GT, and that would be the Buso,
Yeah.
which is the genuine Alfa model.
The one that would break? They're reasonably reliable, aren't they? They're quite good, aren't they? Yeah,
They're really reliable, but the main thing is that it sounds better, you know, and the way it delivers its power is a bit more, it'll sing more at the top end.
Yeah.
So
that wafts, doesn't it? Like Sean was explaining, like to me, well, off camera, that I used to have a Jaguar XK8, and it feels like that sort of waft where it didn't kick you in the back.
No, it's just a nice surge, isn't it?
It just buggers off, but nicely.
The newer one in that Spider has a lot of variable valve timing, so and it's bringing all of that in to make it pull lower down, harder. So it does work really well.
Yeah,
Obviously,
nice.
if it doesn't work, you can definitely tell the difference.
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
But yeah, I've never driven a Buso engined Alfa.
No.
But,
If anyone's got one that wants to do a video with us with an actual V6,
Yeah, we'll
Buso.
have a drag race.
Well, I was saying, I think you in the power of that, we need to get this thing remapped. We can get it to 200 brake horsepower quite comfortably. I know it's nowhere near that. What's the brake horsepower on that?
260.
260, so we're nowhere near that still. But, you know, with our Vauxhall derived engine.
That's it.
That does weigh half a ton more though.
That's true, yeah.
There is an option out there to put a supercharger on that.
Oh, really?
To take it up to about 350, 400.
Nice, you going to do that?
No.
Well, you don't want to blow it up?
No.
You would break the engine.
Yeah, you probably would, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it takes engine power anyway, doesn't it, with the supercharger? So you've got to have enough power to be able to power the supercharger to get the excess.
But yeah, apparently they're really nice to drive, but the conversion is very, very expensive, obviously.
I could imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
Would it increase the value of the car as well, or not?
Oh yeah. But at the same time, I like having an original car, so
Yeah. Especially a car like that. I mean, it's only going to go up in value, isn't it?
I'd hope so.
Yeah.
I feel bad letting it get leaves on it, to be honest.
It's got to be used occasionally.
That's true, yeah. The only thing I'd say with the V6 in this, it would still only have a twin exhaust, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Like you've got the quad exhaust on that. So it'd look very similar. So we could tell people this is a V6, couldn't we?
You could put a V6 badge on it. Yeah.
Shall we? Sure, hey, that's cheaper than buying a V6. We could put a V6 badge on that. Where does it go, the badge, to make it look real?
On the other side.
Just here somewhere.
Yeah, but somehow it's really not going to sound the same, is it? So it's
No,
like
we could put a Bluetooth speaker on the outside.
So it's like the people who stick AMG badges on it.
Yeah, them. Yeah. I don't think we would ever do that.
It's going to have to be a loud speaker.
No, we're not going to do that. 100%.
Right, so this is
you videoed it?
Ken Sean.
Oh, bad technique, bad technique.
Head first.
And then you got
Are you insured?
without wiping the shoe across the deck.
Yeah.
Oh, no problem.
You comfortable?
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Oh, that's ace.
Oh.
Hold on, let's see if we can close the door. Yeah, we're all right. How'd you open it?
Oh, she's getting out. I don't want to. I'm trying to.
So you do you get your right leg there.
You could take the roof off for him, but you're not going to do that, are you?
No. Right leg, and then you got to kind of look this way and
Look that way.
come out backwards. So
He's going to find it easier giving birth than doing that.
yeah, I've not seen that one before.
There you go. So I say, I think that's how it's about the X220.
You can't touch anything.
Oh,
You're right.
I thought I was going to collapse. There you go, piece of cake.
Sean, what car have you just seen?
Dacia Sandero.
I think it's a Duster, mate.
Oh, can we check that out?
Yeah, that's a car and a
Oh,
half.
there's a 08 Fiesta there as well.
Yes, yeah. Sean, what's your take on the Duster?
It's just beautiful, isn't it?
What do you have?
Just look, it's gorgeous. It's just so well made. Look at the quality of the interior. It's wicked. It's just, I really want one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suck off the above. Look at the paint on this.
This is not as good as a white. Tom, this isn't as good as a white Fiat 500. You want a Bogo standard one.
You loved that, didn't you?
It's a brilliant car.
I drove one of them, which was the most forgettable thing in the entire world, and Sean drove this on a previous video, but the Bogo's version of this.
Yeah.
And you bloody loved it, didn't you?
Yeah, it's brilliant. I would actually consider getting one.
Really?
Yeah, totally, yeah.
You can fit in it a lot better than that, Elise.
Box standard as it came out, really. It's a V8 quad cam, kicking out. I think it's around about 255 brake.
Okay. What's the weight?
No idea.
Yeah.
Have to find one of the plates from there.
Yeah. It's got nothing about the weight on it.
Everything on it's original. It's never been touched.
Yeah.
So.
Is this the luggage space? Or do you want
This is
that
one of
and
the
you can
luggage
get?
spaces, and the rare thing is that the original
Leather.
still work.
Wow, is that rare then?
Normally they've gone,
Okay, yeah.
just in case we get caught out in the rain when
It's
we're
not
out
too
and
bad, is
about.
it?
No.
Luggage space on that.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And then also you got all the space under the bonnets as well.
Yeah.
The project is needs to get some glue to stick this back on. Because the heat just
Make sure it's not the glue that sets on fire.
oh quite so. Quite so.
Oh, wow. This is just ridiculous. The seats are so small. Like, you know, they just look tiny, aren't they, really?
There's no way your mate's going to get in there.
Nah. Sean, I was just going to get a coffee, I think. He went into his Lotus Elise. He struggled with that Lotus Elise, I reckon.
No, it's sculpted seats. You've got to have some fairly narrow hips, don't you?
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Give you a slam, yeah? I didn't want to break it, to be honest.
Oh, it's good of you. Thanks.
Is it one you're going to keep?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got anything else, or
Yeah.
what else have you got?
I've got a 1960 Alfa Romeo Giulietta Spider, which is in concourse show condition. So the red. And I was so anal about it, I literally sent off to the Alfa Romeo Historic Records to get the paint code.
Yeah.
And I got the paint code sent to me and had it made up into the original 1960 colour.
Wow.
1.6.
1.3 they are. 1.3 twin cams, yeah.
That's a beautiful car.
It was fantastic because in 1957 they were the first real car that would 1300 that would do over 100 miles an hour,
Wow.
which was phenomenal considering we had Jags and the big 3-litre stuff that would only just be doing that.
What's the handling like on that?
On the Giulietta,
How does it feel?
it's like driving something from the 1920s. So when you whopping great steering wheel, and when you're there driving it, you're holding it and it's going.
Really? Yeah, it's been taxed this month purely so it can come to here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You guys have cost me a fortune.
Well, I bought your ticket for the shirt for it to come in. And you had 2 coffees.
You bought your coffee.
I was going to say, it's cost me 50 quid in fuel,
Yeah. 50 quid in
me
fuel. We've only come
52
15 miles. if that.
£52 in tax.
Yeah. Could you live with that, Sean?